Hi, my name is Carrie Gatto, and I'm with Keller Williams Realty. And today on Let's Get Down to Business, I'm talking with Joana Fraser, who is the founder and CEO of Littlemore Organics, which is an amazing company that makes food for kids. And I'm so excited to learn more about it. So, how are you, Joanna?
I'm good, Carrie. Thank you so much for having me today. I'm excited to chat.
For sure. I love talking to other mom entrepreneurs, and this is like the epitome of
Yeah.
a mom founded business. So I'm truly honored that you made the time. Could you start us off by just describing your business?
Yeah, so Little More, as you said, makes food for kids, really kind of like babies, toddlers, young children, and we're primarily focused on snacks. So we aim to make really truly simple, wholesome, but also convenient snacks that kids really love to eat, but also that parents feel good about feeding them. They don't feel like they're sort of making any compromises with the food that they're feeding their kids, but they don't have to make it at home, but it feels as good as homemade, but you can, it's convenient and easy because we're all very busy. So
Yeah, definitely. And one thing that I noticed on your website was that, you know, you, you don't want all your kids' snacks to be sweet. So
yeah.
you've had a focus on some more savory flavors, which is so interesting.
Yeah, that was a big part of creating the snacks. And when I was kind of conceptualizing, what form what is it going to take, what flavors were we going to have, and one of the big kind of overarching themes or things that had to be, I feel like, was that it had to be savory. I felt like everything on the shelf was sweet, sweetened either with sugar or fruit sugars, but and my kind of other background is I'm a pediatrician. And so I had in my mind, this goal to hopefully encourage my kids, but also other kids to get used to savory flavors, kind of expand their palate and kind of reduce the chances of picky eating as they grow up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so cool. And what inspired you to start the business?
It was so I have two boys, and the oldest is about 4.5. So when he was starting to eat solid foods and I was looking for snack foods, I remember I live very close to a Whole Foods, which, is sort of this mecca, if you like, of
Yeah.
good food and healthy food, right? And but I would go to the baby aisle and just think like, oh, I can't believe this is all there is, like in the baby aisle for him. It's sort of like pouches, which generally fall into the sweet category, and we're going to teach him how to feed himself, or sort of like rice puffs, rice crackers, which, were okay, but like didn't provide a lot of nutrition, and they felt like they were kind of like a little bit of a filler rather than actually like a real, like a good food. So I just sort of thought why isn't there something better than this? Like, you have your kid, you want to give them the best. I was making some snacks at home, but again, I really wanted that sort of convenient snack that I could have when we were out and about and on the go. And that just led me down the road of thinking, if I could create the sort of the perfect snack for him, what would it be? What ingredients would it have? What form would it take? What flavors would it have or not have? And fast forward sort of like two and a bit years, and that's how we got to our ancient grain puffs.
Wow, that's so
Yeah.
cool. Good for
Yeah.
you. What do your clients and customers say they love most about your products?
I think people really love and appreciate the really simple ingredients. So we only have 4 ingredients in each of our
Wow.
flavors. We have three different flavors, 4 ingredients in each of them. So they're really kind of minimal, easy to understand, easy to recognize ingredients. They love that we actually use an ancient grain called sorghum rather than corn or rice, which is what most kids' snacks are based on. Corn, rice, or wheat, I guess. They're sort of the three main bases for especially crunchy or puff snacks. But sorghum is much more nutritionally dense and has a lot more protein, fiber than any of those. It's also naturally gluten-free, and has never been genetically modified. It's one of the properties of the grain. And then the fact that we never add any sugar or salt is a big deal, I feel like, for parents. Looking for low sugar or low salt options is really important, I think, to parents nowadays, and getting even more so as they become aware of, how those ingredients kind of impact our own health and also our children's health. So, and then they see their kids like eat the puff and how much they enjoy it. It's a really fun eating experience for them. Um, and and yeah, I think all those things together, and they just really, they love the puffs, love the snacks.
Yeah, I just love how much thought goes into it, not
Yeah.
only the nutrition and the flavor, but also setting up like lifelong habits at such an early age.
Yeah. I mean, again, like my other hat is that pediatrician hat. And so I've always
Yeah,
got that at the back of my mind of like, how do we do everything we can to, all kids are going to be on a spectrum of how much they like different flavors and how picky or not picky are they going to be, right? But what can we do to sort of maximize those chances that they're going to be able to, enjoy the same foods we enjoy those kind of more savory or less sweet flavors, because
yeah,
it's better and easier for everybody, if our kids
yeah,
eat their fruits and vegetables without too much of a fight. So yeah.
yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
How have you, with having two kids of your own and having a business, how have you integrated motherhood and business? Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're so closely woven together because, motherhood inspired the business for me.
yeah,
And so, my kids are one of those things that kind of helps keep it going, even when it gets tough. But, I think that, everything's always a balancing act. I don't think ever anyone feels like they're doing everything's perfectly balanced, right? It's just sort of which
right.
ball are you going to drop today, which, so you got to figure that out. And that changes day to
Both
day.
moments. Yeah,
We're super lucky with having really great, reliable childcare, which is a huge thing that unfortunately not everybody has access to, but can be a big limiting factor, I think, no matter what you want to do and sort of your own personal and professional life. But we've been very lucky to have, great childcare, which is, super helpful and definitely couldn't do without that, as well as I have a very supportive spouse too, who again really makes a huge difference in juggling all these balls and kind of being able to do things at last minute, whether it's for the business, for the kids, if one of us has to travel, that sort of thing. So yeah, we're
absolutely.
very fortunate in that sense.
That's great. Anything exciting coming up that you want to share?
For the business, well, we just at the start of this year in March, we expanded our product line. So we had two flavors last year when we first launched. We added a third flavor this year. Our additional flavor was our garden pea, and we also did kind of a larger bag size, which it was primarily to get into for more like of the grocery store offering. Last year, we just had a sort of single serve size, which is what parents really wanted when we did our surveys and focus groups and things. Again, because that sort of smaller bag size is so much easier to put in your diaper bag or your car or something and take with you. But now we're sort of moving more into grocery. We have a couple of large grocery chains that are interested, but I can't really share what those are yet. But we are currently stocked in Roche Brothers, many Roche Brothers stores around Massachusetts, as well as some kind of coffee shops and cafes. And we're always open to if people ever want to email us through the website, if they have a local, cafe or lunch spot or something that they feel like they'd love to see our snacks. We always love to hear about that. And that's how we kind of open up those new doors and new relationships.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And can we buy online as well, or?
Yes, yeah, we sell directly through our website, and we ship all throughout the continental US. And yeah, all three flavors. And we also, the other thing we added this year was a multi-pack. So that was what people really asked for last year was, we want to be able to try all the flavors. So you can buy 12 of a single flavor, or you can buy a multi-pack, which has 4 bags of each of the three flavors through our website, littlemoreorganics.com.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And it's a Boston-based business, right? Is
It
that?
is, yeah. We're based in Boston and in Charlestown. We currently live, so we're definitely Boston based. Myself and I have a partner as well, whose name is Lauren, and she lives a couple blocks away from me. So,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yep,
Really cool.
yeah.
And what's the best way for people to contact you or learn more?
Yeah, so you can go to our website. There's a contact us form there, which will send an email. You can email us directly, which is hello, just the word hello at littlemoreorganics.com. We answer all of those emails and questions personally. And yeah, like I said, that's also where you can go on and sign up for our newsletter and order our puffs if you want to try them.
Sounds great. I can't
You
wait to
sign up
try
for the
them.
newsletter, you get sort of, extra discounts and things for ordering. So do that first before you order and you'll get a discount code.
Oh, good to know. Thank
Yeah.
you. Well, this has been really great. I enjoyed meeting you. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for
you
sharing your
too.
story.
Of course. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm so glad to be able to spread the word and all like I said, always happy to hear from parents, families, caregivers, whether they have questions about our snacks. We do have an FAQ page on the website. If anyone ever has additional questions or if they ever want to give us feedback, we're always open to hearing it.
that's so great. Thank you so much.
Of course,
Thank
yeah.
you for watching, and we'll see you next time on Let's Get Down to Business.